Yeah,
we have a blue side comp. You know what I mean? Like I think
I think we have a burden of knowledge. We have a burden of knowledge. What I'm going to need for us to do is to now empty our minds.
Because Hype was already on his way back. Aiming still had to base. Couldn't really forego that. Does mean that the early dragon yet again goes to the bros. Lucid this time at least will get something for his troubles.
Yeah, able to steal this one away, gets control ward down, as of course they are still 3 victories ahead. Even prior to this game, 3 victories ahead of DNF. DNF having not the greatest of seasons thus far. We'll see whether they can turn it around in the Rise group. As Hype, still in the pit, but able to arcane shift his way out. Actually contributed until this final one does go down, but the bros are on 2. Once again, it's a very similar start to game number 1 or to the previous game that happened or maybe didn't happen.
I mean, at least on parity, but ideally ahead. Like he is here, does mean that they are going to be able to get this dragon and end the bro dragon streak.
Oh, man. All right, no one takes 6 dragons away from DK in a row, I guess, in one series. And that is going to be the fact here.
Maybe with some more nudging, but I don't think so.
We just have an existential crisis here while we're broing and we're brewing. And I think that sounds completely fine. I think that fits with what's going on here.
The lack thereof. Your brain needs some form of stimuli.
That's very true. Well, this Rift Herald's helping. Thank you very much, Shelly. Just going to get poked in the eye momentarily. A teleport is coming in as well as Morgan is going to be unleashed onto the map. As the bros wanting to get themselves this smite, and they do manage to find it. Crash down onto Lucid as well. Chain CC's fantastic as Showmaker trying to get rid of Closer, but that is the kill onto the Skarner to start this one off. And now it's Shiu trying to stay alive. The Magnus Storm holding him in place as he really wants to kill Closer, but instead he's going to get taken down. It was a decent amount of healing, but it does not quite work out. And once again, DK just fails straight up in the team fight.
They knew!
Yeah!
Bro was very ready to contest, and the complete lack of cohesion continues. 4DK wanted to take that fight.
Oh dear.
It just didn't seem to really hit the mark. I'm not sure what happened to Showmaker's ultimate, but it felt like he didn't really...
used it on Closer.
That's Ari, yeah, that's not good. I know Lucid also kind of threw his ult into...
the fight. They could do nothing. He just charged a Q right in front of Aiming, who was trying to hit someone, and Aiming had to dash out of the way.
This is just a single fight. It's not going to be the end of the game for DK, even though Bro are now even in gold, but it's
this is looking kind of like, okay, the train comes out of the station, but unfortunately the tracks went straight into the wall for some reason. Charm is going to connect onto Showmaker, but he's in relative safety at the moment. That is going to be the Drake secured by Lucid, as now Polo's in a bit of trouble, and once again, she was trying to do battle right in amongst it. And there goes the Impale, it goes wide. The Magnus Storm is decent, but so is the AoE from DK, and it's a triple for Aiming. Hype is now in the back of this pit. Shiu surviving for so incredibly long. As the Charm comes out, the Ardent Blaze comes on in, and the Grump is going to kill Aiming. Going to work.
Toughie.
He does hit the W. See if he does arcane shift forward. And he does not. Hype gonna get crashed into the wall here, as there is the quickness, and Hype is just dead.
That was clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Barrel with the quickness, ensuring that there was not really any opportunity for Hype to get out of that one. That's a big win. Otacon is on the table. TP for Morgan has got to be forced off of this, I do imagine. Showmaker, though, does not have the Leandris yet, isn't even particularly close.
Oh, wow, okay, so Charm not going to connect there.
Oh, it's a bit of a Hail Mary here from DK. Because Crocco's there, he is, his ultimate TP comes in, but look at the flank!
Yeah, this Shiu flank is absolutely ridiculous, but they need to try and keep them in this Tribush. In he comes, as there's the Magnus Storm once again. Empress Divide hits everyone this time, but down goes the Skarner, and down goes the Azir. DK, I mean, they hit a bunch of buttons, but they didn't really do anything, and that's going to be Otacon going over to the bros.
And again, they're just abandoning ship. DK just in complete shambles here, as the attempted turn doesn't hit the mark. Bro, just get the Otacon. This was a play that was started by DK as well.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. I feel like DK have had all the information, all of the setup, and when they do, they make all of the wrong choices.
consistent with the team fights. But Hype has been looking amazing on this Ezreal as well. Been basically untouchable for a lot of these fights, which is why so much damage is able to come out from him.
Yep. KT talent, by the way.
Just isn't there. And this goes down again. With an Aatrox and Lucian, I think you do need to play to the death. And you might end up losing the game off of that. But if you just keep half opting into these fights and then dipping as soon as it looks a little rough.
Lucid is just running into this Banana Brush. That is actually going to work out. He gets the flash. There's the Impale as well. The chain CC, it's okay, but Croco makes his way out, and there goes Lucid. Beryl just going to get chopped in half by the Lumberjack himself as Morgan getting amongst it. He finds the knock-up onto Showmaker, who's trying to kite this one out. The Emperor's Divide just to play defense, but the pros don't care about that. Aiming, trying to just finesse this fight. Hype goes down low, but Closer just stands in his face and says, nah, mate, that's a clean ace for the bros, and they'll turn it into a Baron.
The 2-0, I think, is about to happen here for Bro.
Only a Scion there.
I don't know. This is, we fought DK after last week, had recuperated from what had been a good amount of really rough fights. I think now it's safe to say that was not the case whatsoever.
Augment that with a little bit of cheeky magic resist. And man, the bros making this composition work, and it was going to be a comp that could look a little silly later on in the game. Then this is DK basically swapping spots with KT.
Yep. And then, again, Nongshim have a ton of really tough matches ahead of them, right? Because they're facing KT, and they're facing T1, and then DK, which I think might be the final one. Is this the end?
Not quite finding the angle as Xiu down to 50%. It's a decent Impale, but there's no follow-up. There's no real option as Croco does go down. It's a trade of junglers for now, but Closer goes in, looks for the point-blank charm on a Showmaker, who hits 3 with the ulti, but then goes down, and Closer is just going ballistic. He's going nuts. They're going to be able to lock down the kill on the Aatrox. It's only the bottom lane left alive as the first inhibitor turret does go down, the inhibitor to follow, and I don't think Aiming and Beryl are going to be able to stop this freight train from just knocking down their Nexus. The knock-up is decent, but Beryl is just going to go down as if he was made of tissue paper. And Aiming, yeah, I think probably just spend some time in the fountain there, buddy. There's not going to be too much of an option here as these Nexus turrets are looking toast, and the bros with a 2-0 clean. Absolutely nothing to see here. Another day at the office.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.